Okay, for this setup here, I have a simple circuit. I have a battery, a 9-volt battery with the power supply going to this positive rail of the breadboard, this orange jumper wire going to the center pin of this slide switch. I have this blue LED, its anode on the far right pin of this slide switch, and the cathode of the LED going to this 1000 ohm resistor, and the other end of the resistor going into the negative rail, going back to the negative of the battery. So we're going to check the voltage. First, I'm going to use these two jumper wires here, and I'm going to place the orange one at the positive end, and I'm going to place the black one at the negative end. And what we could do is I'm going to go ahead and turn the switch on, and we see the blue LED turns on. I'm taking my red lead, which we're going to be measuring volts. You can see the V here on the multimeter. I'm going to place it on the orange lead because this orange lead is on our positive end, and I'm going to attach the black lead of the multimeter to the black jumper wire going to ground, or the negative of our power supply. So now, since I'm using a 9-volt battery, I need to use a reading on the voltmeter that's higher than 9 volts. So the closest value on this multimeter to 9 volts that's higher than 9 volts is 20 volts. So I'm going to turn the knob from off to 20 volts. And right now I got a reading of 9.08 volts, or 9.08 volts. So that's the reading across the power supply here on the circuit. So now I'm going to remove the jumpers of the multimeter from these two jumper wires, and I want to see how much a voltage drop is across this blue LED. So on the anode of the LED, I'm placing the red lead from the multimeter, and on the cathode of the LED, I'm placing the black lead from the multimeter, and I'm getting a reading of 2.74 volts. So I'm going to turn my calculator on, and I'm going to type in 2.74. Now I'm going to release these, and I'm going to measure the voltage across the resistor now. So I'm going to place the black lead on this end, on the negative end of the resistor, or the lead that's on the negative rail here, and I'm going to place the red lead from the multimeter to the resistor on the other side of the resistor, connected to the cathode of the LED. And right now I'm getting a reading of 6.32 volts, or 6.32 volts. So I'm going to press plus 6.32 volts, and I'm going to hit enter, and I get 9.06 volts. That was about how much I originally read. So if I put these back on to the leads here, I get 9.07 volts, or almost 9.06 volts, which is what I'm getting in our calculation here. So remember, in a series circuit acts as a voltage divider. So the only thing that we have in our circuit here is an LED and a resistor. Of course, we have the switch here, but in theory, there's no voltage drop across this switch, and all of the voltages are being dropped. All of the voltage is being dropped across the LED and the resistor. So part of it was across the LED, which we measured to be 2.74 volts, and part of the voltage drop was across the resistor, which was 6.32 volts is what we measured. And if we add those two together, the two voltage drops, we get 9.06 volts, which is the voltage reading across the power supply itself